Here's a tip I want to share with you when you get ready to start doing your taping and stuff. If you have the paper on the face of your wall ripped off, you're going to have the backing on here. If you get this wet, then it starts bubbling up. So if you put regular mud on there or something and that starts bubbling, you think, what am I going to do? How am I going to fix that? Well, you could put shellac on there, clear sealer or something on there first, you know, and then let it dry, and then go ahead and put your Quickset on there. But I don't have anything like that, so what I'm going to try to do this time, I've never really tried it, but I'm going to take webbing tape. This is self-adhesive webbing tape, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on there along with Quickset. The Quickset's going to go right through the mud, right through the holes on the webbing tape, and then that's going to help bond on there. I've cleaned up all the little bits, and here there was a hole down here too. See that hole there? Somebody made a boo-boo here once upon a time, right down there. Now I'm going to fill that up with Quickset. Then I'm going to take my webbing tape right here, and I'm going to put that over that. See, because it's got holes in it, perforated like that, the mud's going to stick in there, and I'm going to fix this hole down there too. Okay, so there's a few tips for you when you're covering up the paper like this. Let's get her going. You see there, I just put some webbing tape up there. I'm going to try that this time. I put that up there like that on all the ones that go all the way down to the actual paper. These other holes, I just can put Quickset on those. I don't have to put any webbing on there. And I'm using Quickset, and that's going all the way down to the webbing, through the webbing down to the paper, okay? I'm just going to concentrate on those patches first. And because the microwave's up now, I'm just going to have to be as careful as I can. And I don't have to get it perfect. I can wait for this coat to dry, and then I can put some more on there, okay? I'm just trying to get it a good coverage over the webbing. And I'm going to hope that that doesn't bubble. I've never used the webbing tape like this before. I thought I might as well make a video of it and show you. Of course, I'm going to show you anything I ever do. Okay. And you might laugh, hey Joe, how come you didn't get a stainless steel mud pan? Well, I'm showing you that you don't need one. That's why I've got that. If I was never making videos, I would have a stainless steel pan. It costs about $14 as opposed to $5. Okay? But you don't have to spend that. Try using something like this first, because you may decide after your first patch, oh, that's not for me, I'm never going to do that again. Okay, so start out with the plastic one, and then you can do some other. Okay, wipe it on there. See, I wipe those edges off like that. And now I'm doing the other spots that don't have the tape on there. I'm just using my 4-inch knife. Just get it flat. Okay, there's only so much you're going to do before you got to just let it wait to dry, okay? Ooh. Now, if you don't have a 4-inch knife, you can use a 6-inch. I got a 4 at the store and a 6. I'm using the 4 because I usually like to start off with the smaller knife. A little bit easier to handle. Okay. Hope my arm's not in your way. Let's see if I can go that way instead. and they have webbing tape in white and yellow, but if you get the yellow, it might be easier for you because then you can see where you've covered and where you haven't covered, let's say. Okay, so remember I had that hole way down here, so you're not really gonna see this, but I'm gonna take some mud just on the edge like that and try to pack it in there as best I can before I take some webbing tape on there. Let's see, if I get it like that, I can wipe off the edge over here like so to get a big glob there in the corner. Just spooge that area like that. Now, so I got my webbing tape and I've got to cut that, so I just use my knife and I'm just going to hold that up there like that and rip it off. Okay, there, I've got enough to put over that. I could move the stove out further, but I decided not to. Okay, now that is kind of being contoured right in, and I'll just do another little piece here, and that's how I ended up cutting all the other pieces that I did. It's not real hard to do. Okay, the mud just kind of goes right through the holes on there. Okay, now I can take some additional mud. I don't know why they, look at this, all these knives, they put this nice little, their barcode on here, and you try to rip it off and it never comes off. It's like, why can't they put it somewhere else? So I probably need to clean that off later. I'll do that, but not this time. Now going over the webbing tape, and when this stuff dries, it's going to be almost like having a metal plate over that hole. Okay? True, nobody's ever going to see it, so why cover it anyways? Well, if you have little critters in your wall, do you want them climbing out in your kitchen area, or do you want them left in the wall? Let's see. That's why we're doing it. It's kind of a good thing to do. If you get a chance, you see a hole like that, you can cover it up. Okay, now I see, you can't really see this because it's below, but there's a little bit more down here. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of wipe my Quickset over this. And I like using Quickset because this stuff dries. I'm using 45-minute mud. And I got more videos like this on my YouTube channel. You might have seen other stuff, but if you're watching this and saying, yeah, Joe, I've already seen this, well, I might be showing you something on this video slightly different than on any other video. So I always encourage you, if you see something from me, maybe there's something you can still learn by watching all my videos. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry. I've got some lines in some of them, and I'm not really going to be too concerned. You play with it too much, and then you're going to start goobering up the back side. Once it starts drying, you're going to drag it off. So once it gets set up a little bit more, I could take a damp knife or something, kind of go over it, kind of smooth them down. If you don't do that, once this dries hard enough, you can lightly scrape them off before you put the second coat on there. Okay, now I'm noticing right now, and I don't know if you can see it or not, this is bubbling up, boom, 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 boom. And that's because of the one place where it went all the way down to the paper. So once that starts hardening up, I'm gonna try to wipe it down. Okay, and we'll just have to see what happens with that. I may have to knock down the bubbles and put some more on there or something, but I thought I would try doing it with the tape. And over this one up here, it looks really good. Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep that like that, since I have a little bit more mud, and because I've got 45 minutes, I don't have 45 minutes to work with this mud, but it's still workable So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more on here, and because this line right here is going to ultimately need to be bridged out a little bit. Okay, so I might as well put a little bit of mud on there. And it's right next to an electrical outlet. Should I have that breaker turned off? Yes, I should. Do I have it off yet? No, I don't. If I touch anything, two different things, I could shock myself. I could put a nice little hole on the side of my knife, let's say. So I'm probably just gonna be careful, and I'll probably end up turning that breaker off. Okay, it's probably the best thing to do. See, I'm not gonna play with it anymore. I can't work this any more than it is, so I'm gonna let this dry. And you've got to let it dry until it hardens up. You don't have to let it dry for 45 minutes. And the beauty of this stuff is once it dries, even though it might still look like there's moisture in it, you can put a second coat on it without it shrinking. That's why I like Quickset. Okay, so anything that you got left in here, this stuff dries pretty much hard as a rock. Okay, so I'm going to clean this all out. Now, while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and clean this out. And I got my craft paper down. I've got an extra bit of craft paper. I ran a whole strip all the way out to here, and I got a little 3-foot section here, and so that's where I'm going to use to clean this out. And then I can lift this one piece up and throw it away later without messing up the rest of my little craft paper drop, let's say. I always try to do that. I always try to have some craft paper around. Craft, K-R-A-F-T, not C-R-A-P. It sounds like I'm saying crap, but I'm not. Okay, so get your pan as clean as you can before you mix up any more. I'm not going to mix up any more just yet. I'll wait a few minutes. I'll find something else to do. Okay. Well, that's drying on the wall. They have other stuff. They just didn't have it at the store. They had 45. They had 45 minute. This is easy. This was called Easy Sand 45. They actually had some that was Easy Sand 5. Okay, and when I mix it, I usually like to use just a little bottle like this. That way I can control how much water. I don't like to do it at a sink, because then you're going to get it all messed up. You're going to get that stuff all over your sink, and it never works too well. It all puffs out and stuff. They had some 5 or 45 at the store, but they also have it in 15 minute, 20, 30, and 90. Okay, even 60 too. So 45 is about right. Now, if you do sheetrock work all the time, of course you'll use 15, 20, or even 5. I could have used 5, but I'm not going to do that for a video. You know. Okay, so now I let it dry. The good thing about this stuff is it's in the dry form. This was only like $11 for the whole sack. Okay, so if you only need a little bit, know that you've got plenty for other little projects in the future. You can hang on to that, put it in your garage or storage area, and leave it for an entire year or longer. That's what I like about the Quickset. Get some.